Good evening. This is the Town of Babylon Planning. This is the March 14th, 2022 Town of Babylon Planning Board. It is now 7:03. We're going to begin our meeting. Matthew, could you read the basis on which this meeting is being held and how we'll be conducting it?
You're muted, Matt.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Tonight we have one public hearing. We will be utilizing the Zoom webinar feature. After the applicant has presented his application to the board, we will call upon members of the public to voice any comments or concerns. Following the hearing, the hearing will be closed and the record shall remain open for a minimum of 7 days. This meeting is also being live streamed on the Town of Babylon YouTube channel. If anyone would like to comment who did not have the opportunity to speak during this hearing, they can send their comments via email or in writing to the Town of Babylon Planning Board at 200 East Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, New York, 11757, or to the email address planningcomments@townofbabylon.com.
Thank you very much. Attorney Richard Casey.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this board is tonight is being held remotely and is presented and taking place in conformity and in compliance with New York State Public Officers Law, Open Meetings Law, and the laws of New York State.
Thank you very much. Denise Graziano, could you please take the attendance for the record?
Patrick Halpin.
Present.
Mike Cafaro.
Present.
Frank Santos.
Present.
Julianne Nolan.
Present.
Jerry O'Neill.
Present.
Dan Truchin.
Here.
Ed Wynn.
Present.
Rich Casey.
Present.
Rich Grow.
Present.
Matt Esposito.
Present.
Nunzio Russo.
Present.
That's it.
Okay, we do have one public hearing. Jerry, could you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Denise, could you read the heading for the first public hearing, item A?
Sure. I'll read the planning board statement first.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you.
The planning board shall have the right to rely on any information that is presented by the applicant. If any such information is later found to be inaccurate or incorrect, the planning board may determine that any approvals, building permits, or other actions previously granted in connection with the application are null and void. Item 1 on our agenda is public hearing, departmental review, planning board job number 21-44M, North Babylon Associates LLC, proposes to install 12 Tesla electric vehicle charging stations and transformer at an existing shopping center along with associated site improvements.
Okay. Is there anyone here on behalf of the applicant?
Yes, good evening. Chris Robinson, president of Robinson Muller Engineers in Huntington, New York, here on behalf of Tesla.
Okay, will you be presenting the application?
Yes, I will.
Could you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Please proceed.
Certainly. This is an existing shopping center in North Babylon on the corner of Weeks and Deer Park Avenue. Recently underwent a large remodeling reconstruction with the Aldi supermarket, a fitness center, and a storage facility. The picture on the screen shows the building as it was before it was recently remodeled. You can see on the under construction photograph there that it was being done. The blue property outlined in blue is the shopping center. The piece to the right that was under construction was built as a separate property for a self-storage facility, all done under the same guise. We're here today to install 12 EV charging stations along the south side of Weeks Road, right at the entrance to the shopping center. As it's on the screen right now, you see the right turn in off of Weeks Road. Then there'll be a landscaped island with some transformer and mechanical electrical equipment. And then the next 12 spaces, there'll be a charging station at each one of those spaces, provided by Tesla, free of charge for Tesla users. Here's a landscape rendering. On the same sheet, if you go to the bottom left-hand corner, and then you can almost zoom in on that bottom left-hand corner, what each charging station is these white posts. So it's a very, very simple piece. There'll be 12 of those running down the parking lot. It'll look just like this. There'll be a sign that says Tesla General Parking. The charging post itself, someone with a Tesla car will be able to pull up to the parking spot, take the hose, and insert it into the vehicle to charge. The picture on the right is the switchgear equipment that would be mounted there. We'll landscape screen it. And then the far picture on the right would be a typical transformer type location, which will be there. Typically, the transformers are installed by PSE&G in a darker green color. We provided landscaping all around, bushes in front of between the sidewalk and the stations. The intent here is that they have a very low profile. They fit nicely in with the parking lot and don't draw a lot of attention. The only signage that you'll see are the words Tesla that was shown on the charging post that was shown before. A little traffic sign. That red sign is like a 12 by 18 inch traffic sign that's similar to what you'd see for a handicap space. And then the only other signs would be just the word Tesla in red on the white background, one on each post.
Okay, the planning commissioner has released a memo regarding this application dated March 9th. Have you had a chance to review this? And do you have any questions or concerns or any issues that you would like to bring to our attention?
No, we have no issue with what was written on the memorandum. That's why I talked a little bit about the signage here. I think it's a very simple process. With these EV charging stations or EV cars are certainly on the rise. And this puts an opportunity here in the town of Babylon to have a good location to charge vehicles.
Okay, so you have no objection to the conditions of this outlined in this memo. I just want to get that for the record.
Certainly. I think the only condition, if my recollection.
Oh, it's regarding the signage.
Just the signage, yes, that was it.
Those must be located in that as to not adversely impact the site plan functionality.
Correct.
And
no objection to those.
By the town of Babylon Planning Department. Okay. Thank you very much. Do any of the board members have any questions regarding this application?
Do.
Jerry?
Yes, hello. You mentioned this is being installed by Tesla. Is this
Yes.
for Tesla car owners only?
Yes, it is for Tesla cars only.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah, we have some representatives from Tesla on the call.
Well, let me ask you a different question.
Certainly.
Does the use of this piece of property become a tenant? They're paying rent to the shopping center?
That's a good question. I am not sure offhand if there is a rental arrangement there. I assume so. The charging, there is no cost for the charging to the customer.
This is Shiva with Tesla. I can
Yeah,
speak to that
please.
point.
Excuse me, sir. Could you please state your name, your address, and your title for the record,
Yes. Hi, Shiva Krishna. I live at 500 St. Mark's, Brooklyn, New York. And I'm the market manager for Tesla Supercharging.
Okay, do you tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Please proceed.
So to your question regarding the charging, today our customers are Tesla only. I can't speak further in regards to what they'll be in the future, but as it stands today, they are. And a slight correction to Chris Robinson's point is that not the customers are charged to use the facility. It's they plug and they pay a rate. So those are two clarifications I wanted to make. And then in regards to any rent or that sort of question, I can't speak to the lease we have with the property owner, but I can't say it's fair terms, and our goal is to provide charging for the entire area, not just for the customers of Aldi and the local businesses. Everyone who wants to charge in the neighborhood can come and charge there, who has a Tesla vehicle today.
So once again, Tesla only.
As it stands today only, it's Tesla, but I can't speak to the future.
There was talk about a lot of money from the infrastructure program that's coming out and the need for charging stations all over the country. Does this fall under that category?
So, sorry, repeat the question.
Okay, does Tesla enjoy any of the money from the government in creating these charging stations that's part of the infrastructure program?
We will. I understand the question.
Answer the question, Ken.
Yeah, we are only eligible if we're eligible. We partake. Now, in all cases, we're not eligible.
Are you eligible in this case?
In this case, we're not eligible for an incentive.
All right.
Okay. Are there any other questions? All right.
I have a question.
No.
I'm sorry, who is that?
Julianne,
Oh, Julianne, thank you. Please
what would the
proceed.
typical length of time be for a vehicle to be parked there to charge? And is this accessible 24 hours?
This is accessible 24 hours. A car can remain there. It generally takes about 20 minutes to charge the vehicle.
Thank you.
So this is a supercharging station?
Yes.
Are there any other questions? No.
Do you have any
Okay.
technical questions?
I'm sorry, hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on, go ahead. Who was just speaking besides?
If you have any technical questions, we have Franz and Henry here from the installation team that can provide that. If you have any questions generally about Tesla, happy to answer those.
Okay.
All right, Jared?
Yeah, Pat, I have one more.
Sure.
So you said that the initial plan is to have it for Tesla users or owners only, implying that it could become different. Is this a station that other electrical vehicles could use if there was some other way for them to connect, whether it's through an app or something else?
As it stands today, only Tesla customers can use these chargers.
Now and in the future.
I can't speak to the future, right? So as our plan as it currently stands, as we install them today, they charge Teslas.
Okay.
I just have a question regarding the connection.
Mhm.
Is the connection for a Tesla vehicle, are those connections universal,
Good.
regardless of the manufacturer of the EV?
Yeah, Franz and Henry can speak to this as well, but the end of the wire that goes to the car,
Right.
that is for Teslas. So it's a Tesla charging station as we build it. That's what it'll be.
No, I get that. I'm just curious if the plug, if you have a plug if you're going to plug in some other car there, are you able to do that? I get they may not be able to get any power or whatever because they're not a Tesla.
Correct. Yeah. The actual connection itself doesn't plug into another car. It's for Tesla. It's designed for Tesla.
Okay, that was my question. All right. Thank you.
Of course.
Are there any other questions?
Are they going to pay a fee? The Tesla people are going to pay a fee before they charge to these stations?
I don't believe anyone pays a fee before they charge, but during their charging session, there are Tesla customers who pay and those who don't, based on a certain promotion they got throughout the history of Tesla. But we believe many of them will be paying. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be paying for the electricity.
Sure. Just
Correct.
exactly like, pumping gas.
Sure. Okay. And are there any other questions? Okay. Matt Esposito?
Yes,
think
Mr.
Rich
Chairman, we have
Bova had a
nobody from the
question, but he's
public
muted.
registered to participate for this.
Hold on. Did Rich Bova wanted to say
Yeah.
something? Who was
Yeah, I
Rich?
just had a question, generally with the industry. Is there any effort to standardize the plugins for the cars? You know, because these are charging stations are very limited. Have you been talking, you know, with the other manufacturers to standardize the plug-in for the cars?
Sure. I mean, it's a very sensitive question in that I can't speak for the industry as a whole, but as I understand it, as the industry develops, we'll see clearly a larger charging infrastructure across the country and the world. I can't speak to how people collaborate within it. But as it stands today, we're very much looking forward to supporting the Teslas that are on the road in that area and all over Long Island. So all in all, I think this is a good move forward for the industry. But I can't speak to anything else because it could be perceived as speculation.
Okay. So let me just follow up on that. So what I'm hearing you say is that if you have a Tesla and you need a charge, unless you go to a Tesla station or a charging station, you're not going to be able to get your car charged. Is that right?
If you have a Tesla, you can go to a Tesla charging station, or you can go to other charging stations that can charge Teslas.
But Ford, for example, has EV. There isn't. I'm thinking about this is like what went on between Beta and VHS. At some point,
He's going to win.
I'm dating myself. At some point, at some point there'll be a universal charging standard for where and how you plug in. Can you foresee that? I'm just asking you as an individual,
Yes,
not
absolutely.
as a representative. I mean, okay.
Pat, Gerald, both of you have asked very good questions. Like Henry can jump in here and discuss it too. I can't be the only one talking about it, but ultimately,
well, if
industry,
I was buying a Tesla, and I don't have a Tesla, I don't have an EV, but I am thinking about it. I would want to know that if I saw a charging station, I want to be able to plug in, because there may not be a Tesla for another. As you know, everybody's got running out of electric anxiety, running out of power anxiety. That battery is, I'm not going to get it charged up. So I've got to believe that this gets worked out.
Oh yeah, but absolutely. Look, Henry can jump in here too. We have some exciting stuff going on. And he can
All
explain.
right, Henry, tell us the future. This is our only public hearing. I promise everybody's short, but we may as well get an education while we're at it. Where are you, Henry?
Trying to unmute myself and also turn on the video. Can you guys?
Yeah. Okay, Henry, introduce yourself. Name.
Henry Misas, design manager.
And you are, what is your address for the record? And your title?
So my title is design manager, address. Wait, where do I live?
No, you work for Tesla?
Yes, I work for Tesla.
Okay, so tell us what can you provide a little more information regarding questions?
Absolutely. Without revealing any secret information here, I can say just to answer some of these questions. In Europe and in China, Tesla's cars come with the universal plug that's called a CCS. Mm-hmm. So it's not a Tesla proprietary plug like we use in the United States. For many reasons over the period of time that Tesla has been operating, we standardize over our own plug in the US, but in Europe and in other places that EV adoption is way more advanced, or regulations require it. There are universal adapters. So our cars have that. And, it's just like you guys are alluding to, it's just it's easier to find a charging station. I will also say that in Europe, Tesla has already opened a lot of our charging stations to other EVs. Like you were saying, like a Ford Mach-E can go to one of those pilot stations and plug in. Again, the actual plug is universal, so there's much less friction like there is in the United States. But as of now, like Shiva said, this station will not be open for all the cars. it may in the future, but right now that's not going to happen.
Okay. Do any of the board members have any follow-up questions?
Yeah, certainly after that comment. So Europe and China saw the sense in making all the cars available to any charging station. As a company that I guess is going to sell electricity to its customers, the owners of Teslas, and these stations are sitting there 24/7, why wouldn't you let a Ford plug in and buy electricity from you? I'm really puzzled by this whole process that in the United States, Tesla is for Tesla only.
Yeah, no, like I said, the plug is different. That's a very difficult impediment to overcome. But I think I can say our intent is to make our charging stations open. Like that's what our CEO Elon Musk has stated publicly. That's what we're starting to do in Europe, and that's something that we're going to try to make happen.
Okay.
Now, you call it an impediment, but you're doing that in Europe and China.
I heard you say that's a regulation. That's an EU regulation.
Correct. Europe and China regulations do require it. United States does not have such regulations as of today. Maybe in the future it happens.
One would think.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
No. Okay, I'm good.
All right, Matthew?
There's nobody, yes, Mr. Chairman, there's nobody from the public registered to participate in this application, but we are going to leave the record open to our next meeting, just in case anyone didn't have a chance to participate tonight. They can still submit comments. Our next meeting is on March 28th, so planning staff recommends extending the record to March 28th.
Okay, I need a motion to extend the record to the 28th of March. A motion by Jerry O'Neill.
Motion.
Second by Frank.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, approved. Thank you very much. It was very interesting.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, Denise, let's get back to the rest of the agenda.
So item B, first, we're going to have to close the record. It is Krishiv. The public hearing date on a reserved calendar is July 13th. Job number 20-34 AGE. We need a motion to close the record.
To close the record. All right. A motion by Ed to close the record.
Motion to close.
Second by Michael.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, the record is closed.
Now we're going to move back to the regular calendar for a work session for job number 20-34 AGE, Krishiv LLC.
Matt?
Yes, this is the renovations to the existing Hollywood Motel, as well as a brand new Fairfield Motel next door. All departmental comments have been addressed. The town board approved a change of zone for one of the parcels in connection with this application. I'll defer to Mr. Casey and Mr. Grow on the resolution and negative declaration, respectively.
Okay, Mr. Grow, why don't you?
Yeah, I
us your
don't have the
comments.
reso in front of me. I did send a amended version over to planning. Matt, does it have the environmental basis for the negative declaration added?
Yes, I believe this is the amended one that was sent over to Sandra.
Okay, so then it's ready to go.
All right. Richard?
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks. Rich Casey?
It's muted.
So,
I'm sorry, I was muted. Yes, I was saying to the board and Mr. Grow that the conditions, the 5 of them, including traffic analysis, erosion, environmental resources, garbage collection, and even reference to the air navigation in the area, all addressed, and the resolution appears in good order. And,
all right, so we need a motion to approve the negative declaration?
yes, sir.
All right. Let's see. Motion by Julianne,
Motion to approve.
second by Dan.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved.
Item D, resolution site plan review, job number 20-34 AGE, Krishib LLC.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman and board members, this resolution, which addresses both the approval of the new plan for the hotel and also the renovations included in the existing motel, are in good order.
Okay, are there any questions? Okay, hearing none, let's say motion by Frank to approve,
Motion to approve.
second by Dan,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Approved.
Minutes from February 28th, 2022.
All corrections were made and submitted to Denise this weekend, and that's for February 28th, 2022.
Okay, motion by Michael to approve.
Yes.
Motion, Michael, to approve. All right, let's see, second by Ed,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Approved.
Minutes from March 7th, 2022.
There weren't any corrections. They were perfect.
Okay, motion by Michael to approve the
Motion.
perfect minutes.
Yeah. Motion.
That was
Thank
a
you.
long meeting too. It took a while to transcribe that one. I think it was about 11 minutes. But probably about 3 minutes of testimony. All right, anyway, Michael, motion to approve.
Yes. Motion to
Okay.
approve.
Second by Jerry O'Neill.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved.
We're going to move to public hearing date, May 3rd, planning board job number 20-17 AE, Larissa Bomachiva.
We're still pending submission of revisions from the applicant. Planning staff recommends extending the record to April 25th, 2022.
425. Okay, motion by Julianne to extend the record.
Motion to extend to April 25th.
Second by Jerry.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved.
Public hearing date, May 10th, planning board job number 18-49A, Shiny Properties, Inc.
We're also still pending submission of revisions from the applicant. Planning staff recommends extending the record to 4/25/22.
Okay. Motion by Ed to extend the record.
Motion to extend.
Second by Michael.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved.
Public hearing date, August 23rd, job number 19-22A, Elite Prospect Training, Inc.
Revised plans were submitted within the last couple of weeks to the planning department and are currently under review. Planning staff recommends extending the record to March 28th, 2022.
All right. Let's see. Motion by Dan to extend the record.
Motion.
Second by Frank.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved.
Public hearing date, November 8th, job number 21-05 AE, 304 Comac Road, LLC.
I believe the town board recently approved the change of zone for this application, but there are revised site plans that are currently under review by a few departments. Planning staff recommends extending the record to April 11th, 2022.
Okay, motion by Frank to extend the record.
Motion to extend.
Okay, second by Julianne.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Did we skip over the August 23rd record was extended to the 14th? That's
No, we did
number
that.
one.
We did it.
did
Oh, we
that
did.
one.
Oh, we just.
Yeah.
Oh, we just. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We did that. Okay, missed that. All right.
Public hearing date, December 13th, job number 21-13C, 995 and 1015 Great Neck Road, LLC.
Revisions were just submitted last week. I believe it was just surveys and written meets and bounds descriptions for this subdivision. Those are currently under review, and planning staff recommends extending the record to April 11th, 2022.
Okay. Motion by Julianne to extend the record.
Motion to extend.
Okay. Second by Jerry.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved.
We are on public hearing date, February 28th. Job number 20-25 AB, 500 by county.
We're waiting on revisions from the applicant on this one. We had requested revisions just before the hearing. And the applicant has been working and has been in contact with planning on addressing some of those maintenance issues. They've been sending us some pictures and some of their follow-up conversations with some of the neighbors about those concerns. So they are addressing many of those items that were raised at the hearing, and we'll get some of those things that can be addressed on the plans. We'll get that addressed on the plans as well. And other things are just maintenance issues that they're continuing to work on and will be addressed with conditions or covenants. But we recommend extending the record 2 weeks to March 28th, 2022.
Okay, motion by Jerry O'Neill to extend the record,
Motion to extend?
second by Ed. Ed Wynn. Second by Ed.
Wake up, Ed.
Okay, that's
He
okay.
looks frozen, I think.
Okay, I heard second by Ed. All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. The record is extended.
That's it on the reserved calendar.
Okay. Is there anything else?
No meeting next week. So our next meeting will be March 28th.
March 28th. All right. Is there anything that any of the board members would like to bring to our attention, our staff? The public hearing coming up on the 28th? Matt?
I don't believe we have a hearing scheduled for that date. It'll most likely just be a work session.
Okay. All right, fine. All right, Julianne, do your thing.
Motion to adjourn at 7:35 PM.
7:35. Okay, second by Ed.
Second?
All in favor?